that should be discussed today. Uh, President Maitripala announced that in the history of Polonnaruwa that there was a sanctuary not only for birds and wild animals and others, but also for humans who are under some kind of depression or any kind of depression could come into this sanctuary, human sanctuary, and he will be treated as a free man, and not even king's security could intervene. So that that kind of kindness and human rights were here. But unfortunately, now after praising this kind of things that were there in Polonnaruwa period of the history of Sri Lanka, now the present ruler is determined to hang those who are convicted under for drug and serious offences. They are present in prison, but he wants to give a death penalty. So how can this? Surely, if you want to go back to the history and giving a sanctuary for even the worst criminals, you said even the worst criminals are not allowed to be touched in those sanctuary by King Dapula. So why not today you make the same this thing? You can have a sanctuary in your Polonnaruwa for the people who are convicted for drugs, and they be given freedom to be there in the prison. Then the second one we want to say is that now the crisis of the opposition has grown because Dinesh Gunawardena is potentially want to be the leader of the opposition, and he has mobilized people and he is demanding that should be done. Now, while Rajapaksa family have been gone into pieces because the brothers started fighting about the presidential election. If the presidential election comes, Mahinda Rajapaksa can't contest because he has been disqualified. So Gotabaya has said, I will come, and he has got the fascistic campaigners mobilized for it. And there is a conflict in that family. In addition to that, now they are going to have Dinesh Gunawardena as the leader of the fascistic camp coming if the elections were held. Then the third thing that should be discussed is the question of cinnamon. Apparently, Prime Minister has said that in the history, during the Parakrambahu period, King Parakrambahu period, Lanka was able to have a foreign connection and foreign market due to sale of cinnamon and other kind of things that was for various purposes. And he said, specifically the cinnamon brought much money from foreign sources, and he could use that to stabilize his economy and so on. So that then the General Secretary of the SLFP, Sri Lanka Freedom Party of the President Maitri, he has said, he ridiculed, saying that this cinnamon has been introduced by Portuguese, and cinnamon did not exist in Sri Lanka prior to that, and Ranil Wickremesinghe has made a substantial mistake by not knowing the history and saying that Parakrambahu period that there was foreign money coming into the country. But unfortunately, this professor, who is a professor of some subject on the arts faculty, and he claims to be a historian as well. He has come down with his as naked man by saying this, that which is clearly not true, and Ranil Wickremesinghe has made a correct statement that Parakrambahu period there was increase of sales of cinnamon in Sri Lanka, and that is certified by Wikipedia. If you go there, you could see that in that period cinnamon and other such objects became very much in demand, because the demand increased due to the intervention of a Muslim priest who broke the secrecy of this sale of cinnamon and improved the situation. So that is the thing. And finally, the idea of yes, the Vasudeva, who has always campaigned against imperialism, now he is in a bitter crisis because he doesn't know what to do now, because he have found that the great Mahinda Rajapaksa, his anti-imperialist leader, is unable to lead the party, and instead of that, his brother Gotabaya is taking over it, and Gotabaya is supposed to be American citizen and a pro-American man. So he is now screaming that if Mahinda Rajapaksa does not lead the party, that he will have to get out. I don't know where he can go. He has ruined his image as a leftist in the past period.